Hey everybody and welcome to Get Set Ma. Please do subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe link at the bottom of this video, and please turn on notifications to get alerts for all our new videos. Now, in a previous video, we had highlighted a few ways to keep your children busy and occupied through this current lockdown, and one of the tips we had mentioned were audio stories through podcasts. And quite a few of you were wondering, what podcasts do we recommend? So in this episode, we are listing 5 of our top favorite podcasts, and you shall find these in the podcast app on iPhones and in iTunes as well. And these are great to listen to at home or while you're driving, and you can even listen to them alongside your child. So first up is Sleep Tight Stories. They have an extensive range of stories of varying lengths and subjects for children of all ages. And as you can see in their very description itself, they mention their stories range from retellings of fairy tales, folk stories, classic Canadian works, and original stories written by guest authors. They publish content regularly, so there's always something new to look forward to. Some of their stories come as a series of chapters, so children find that interesting as well. Each story is beautifully and clearly narrated and manages to hold a child's attention from beginning to end. They even did some special stories on the coronavirus titled Coronavirus, a Book for Children, and Corona Villain versus the Stay-at-Home Kid. Next up is the Stories Podcast, a bedtime show for kids. And they cater to children of all ages, and their stories also range from retelling fairy tales to classic stories and completely original stories as well. They have an extensive collection available, and they also give a shout out to all their new paid members or contributors at the beginning of each episode. They publish content regularly and consistently, and their stories are narrated in a precise and clear fashion that is easy for children to understand and follow. Number 3 is Circle Round. This is another one on our list, and the people behind this are parents of young children themselves. Their collection is made up of carefully selected folktales from around the world. They maintain a consistent publishing schedule with their stories as well, and these stories are apt for children aged 4 to 10 years old. They like to encourage discussions on issues like kindness, generosity, etc. through their stories, and you will find that many of their stories are also narrated or performed by some well-known personalities. Coming to number 4, Brains On, Science Podcast for Kids. This is a science podcast for curious kids and adults. Have fun listening to it too alongside them, and they publish episodes regularly. It might be a lot of information for very young kids to handle, but you can play a bit of it and see how your child takes to it and probably play it in parts for them. They cover some really interesting topics like narwhals, how do elevators work, lost cities and more, and answer questions sent in to them, and even have kids as co-hosts who have some very interesting insight and questions about the topics being discussed. Number 5, That's Incredible. This is an interesting podcast that publishes an episode every week, and these episodes contain interesting facts and stories from around the world. They cover a variety of topics like the human body, sports, music, space, etc. and more. Parents will have as much fun listening to it as kids as well. That brings us to the end of our current top 5 podcasts. We hope you enjoy them, and please let us know what you think, and do subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching. Bye bye and take care.